country to continue to promote liberty and freedom, justice and peace for all. Let us pray to the Lord. For the people and the environment, and to be good steward of all the natural gifts God has given us. James Agri Orengo, to have before him at all times the charge to protect and defend the rights of all people of Siaya, and to be guided by the Spirit of God. See upon all of us. Let us pray to the Lord. Lord, hear us.
Lord, hear us.
Let us pray.
Order number 2, convocation by
Your Excellency, Tuesday, the 11th of October, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. to recognize invited guests seated within the premises. The County Women Rep, Dr. Christine Ombaka, Mr. Eliud Onyango Wino, Board Member, Siaya County Assembly Service Board. The notice we put had also been extended to members of the public. And for the record, in their diverse numbers.
Dr. Uhuru and legislators who are elected and nominated. Mine will be very short. It will be simply to congratulate all of you for having won your seats, and you're now here as legislators. Your role is well known, and we expect you to perform your roles as adequately and efficiently as possible. There are only 3 of them: to make laws, to represent Siaya people, and also to be the watchdog on the government of Siaya. I know it will be a peaceful one, because we have seen many county governments disagreeing and fighting, and violence erupting in some of those counties. Siaya has been known to be more peaceful. We've never seen any such fights, and I expect you to continue being peaceful and agreeing on various bills that you come up with, and work peacefully with love, peace, and unity. Otherwise, congratulations, and I wish you all the best. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, Tuesday, the 11th of October, 2022 at 9:30 a.m.
Mimi
Frederick
Odhiambo Lo
naapa ya kwamba katika kazi zangu na afisi ya mwanachama wa baraza la wakilishi wa kaunti la Siaya nitatekeleza shughuli na kazi zangu za afisi hiyo kwa uwezo wangu wote, nitaheshimu, nitahifadhi, nitaitetea, na kulinda katiba ya Jamhuri ya Kenya, na kwamba nitatenda haki kwa watu wote kulingana na katiba ya Kenya, sheria na mikataba iliyo idhinishwa na bunge la taifa, na kwamba nitatenda haki kwa wote. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
To fully discharge his roles in this assembly, and I have confidence in him that he'll be able to serve the people of Siaya.
Thank you very much. So, honorable members, as we will be adjourning, allow me to communicate to you that after this adjournment, you'll be invited to address to the media. Yes, clap.
The governor of Siaya, Honorable James Agre Orengo, the Deputy Speaker, His Excellency Mr. Honorable Odul Denge, and the county representative, and the women rep, and all the honorable members of the House, and the guests, the magistrates, and all the police commander, and all honorable guests present, and all protocols observed. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for either having been elected or nominated to this House. You have a great responsibility to the people of Siaya. You have a responsibility to deliver services. But fortunately for us, most of you are from our party, ODM. And the governor is also an ODM governor. You are supposed to oversight the executive, and you must perform your role of oversighting the executive. But I also want to just caution that please don't be a hindrance to the performance of the governor. Let him implement the policies that he and his deputy expounded and professed when they were campaigning. Give them that opportunity to perform. Don't hinder them by bringing many things, sometimes which hinder them from implementing their programs for, sometimes I even say personal interest. Please don't give them opportunity to work, but oversight them. When a governor, I also want to just kindly ask you to know that these are representatives of the people. And they also have responsibility to their people. So sometimes they also have some pressures. So when they have these pressures and they bring to you, look at those issues objectively and see how you can support them so that they can also be re-elected. They cannot be re-elected if they don't work for their people. So please work with them closely and let the work in Siaya be seen that this is how an ODM government can deliver services to the people. I think I was not supposed to make a speech. I was only supposed to make a few remarks, and I think I have done more than that. I thank you again, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I'm in the Senate. I'm representing you there in the Senate, and I think our roles are more or less meeting somewhere, so we shall continue to work and cooperate together. I will come specifically to also talk to you. This is for the governor. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Current financial realities, hard financial realities, the projects, and that is the residences of governor and deputy governor, cannot be considered as priority undertakings by the county government. Although, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think building a new assembly chamber for Siaya County Assembly, the land of Jaramogi, the land of Raila Odinga, the land of Obama, is priority. When somebody comes to Siaya, he must go away convinced that this is not a county of heroes in name, but even in the way we plan our activities, the way we build our institutions. And I'm not very proud that you are in this chamber, which was used by the former county council. So in the matter of construction of the county assembly, I'll support you 100%. I want this county assembly, at least at the end of 5 years, that we have an iconic building in Siaya, which will become the county assembly of Siaya. And it has been done in other counties, so why not Siaya? The county government is putting a premium on e-governance. In the area of revenue collection, we are starting plans to have cashless transactions. And I applaud the former administration that in putting a task force for collection of revenue, they were able to meet the target. They collected more than was targeted by more than, they collected more than 100% that have been targeted. And therefore, the capacity for us to have own source revenue in Siaya is very high. If Siaya can collect nearly 500 million shillings on own source revenue with a little effort, I cannot see why we cannot collect more than 1 billion. And if we can collect more than 1 billion, I cannot see why we cannot increase the ward fund so that when you get the ward fund, is something that you can be happy to go home with and make sure that some of the projects in your wards are done. And for that reason, we are doing this because we have discovered that huge cash payments have been abused in the area of payment of interest and maintenance of petty cash. Our payroll is like a balloon without constancy and regularity. And I'm told the accountants, experienced ones, when they want to look at the affairs of an institution, They look at the payroll, how the payroll behaves. And in Siaya, the payroll is like, a little bit like a balloon. And we must change that. To this end, and because of the dire state of our financial records, I appointed a task force of eminent professionals, and its work is ongoing. The report of that task force will be placed before the county assembly for debate and approval. Without your input, the report, for legal reasons, is of no use until you look at it and examine it and speak to it and make a resolution. So it will come before you. And that will also help in future when we are doing budgets and we are doing procurement plans and all that. There are several unfinished projects undertaken by the previous administration for which you are grateful, including the Siaya Stadium. The money expended for that stadium exceeded the budget for the construction of the said sports arena. But with your approval, that of the county assembly, we intend to mobilize sufficient funds to complete it and other projects. And a project, if it's not completed, the cost of doing it later on down the line becomes even more expensive for the taxpayer. Mr. Speaker, sir, and the honorable members of the Assembly, in a matter of days, I will nominate and place before you the persons to be appointed as the County Executive Committee members. The nominees will only qualify for appointment after the County Assembly has approved their names, consequent upon scrutiny and vetting. This process requires public participation, just like all aspects of decision-making that affects the people. Together, we can make public participation real and concrete and not merely a symbolic and theoretical ritual.